What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to Chris Styles Battle Rap Recap, and today I'm going to be recapping Ultimate Madness 2 Round 1. Today was crazy. It was a lot of bracket busters, a lot of upsets today, but we're going to get into that. I did the bracket on caffeine, um, and yeah, my bracket is all done. It's messed up. But like I said, we're going to get into that. I ain't going to waste no time. Let's get into the first battle on the tournament. The first battle was EK versus Gluezy. And my bad. EK came out first. And let me tell you something. EK came out smoking, cooking, comfortable. He had a fatigue line. He had the severance pay line. He had a fall from grace line. He had an envelope line. He had a gallbladder line. He had a stick together line, a manslaughter line. He was just cooking in the first round. He was comfortable. It was just flawless, flawless first round from EK, Emerson Kennedy. Then Gluezy goes, and Glue has some the Joe Besso line, the super bad blood on the pants like super bad line. He had an immaculate line where he basically said something to the effect of you trying to look like me, but you end up emulating something. I'm probably butchering it. I know I'm butchering the line, but Glue had some stuff, but then he ended up choking. He choked out the round. So EK had the first round clearly. Let's go to the second round. And EK was just another flawless second round. He had a Kobe line. He had a golf scheme. Start because Gluezy's last name is Driver, so he had a like a golf club scheme. It was fire. He had a copy and paste line, a vein line. Um, he talked about Gluezy having a black son and how he on the only image he's gonna see is a white father, so he's gonna he'll never know what black owned is. Like it was a crazy, and he just it was crazy. EK with another flawless second round. Gluezy comes back. He had the knife on the chest like Brock Lesnar, playing by yourself like Tom Shepard. Everybody had an August Alsina line tonight. Take your money like I'm embezzling it. He had once again a solid second round. He didn't end it very clean, but he had a solid second round. But I had EK winning the second round. Once again, EK with a flawless third round. He had a cross the bear line, a panhandle line. He had a shining, they called him the Hamburglar, um, dead meat line, fences line. Um, he just another flawless round from EK, and he was just comfortable. Then Glue came back and he started off cooking. He had a line where he was, talking about how, he got a black, he has a son, black son, and how, he always basically is how hard it is to raise a black son and he's white and but then he ended up choking out the round. He gave it up. So this was a clear 3-0 EK win. Um, and the judges all voted for EK. It was clear, unanimous. Um, so EK advances to the second round. But shout out to Gluezy. He had some stuff. Glue was always solid, but it just wasn't his night. Second battle on the tournament. We had Danny Myers versus Reaper Real. Man, Danny Myers came out smoking. In the first round, he had a R&R bar, he had a Surf Echo bar, he had a 380 bar, he had a Don't Tell the Babysitter's Dead bar, he had a Wayfair bar, he had a repossession Reaper Rail repossession line. He kept calling them old head bars. Um, He also had he just had a whole bunch of Reaper flips that was fire, and Danny was on his thing. He was just, you know how Danny is. Danny is just all energy and all bars, and he showed it in this first round. Reaper Rail, first round, he had a way where he broke down all of um, Danny's bars with the Steams, the EK franchise. Then he had an Earthquake line, he had a Fire Mucinex line. He had a plant based line, a Dan Marino line, a 12 play R. Kelly 12 play line, but he ended up choking in the round. So Danny won that clearly. But Reaper had some stuff. Second round, Danny had he started off with a fast forward line, basically saying people want to fast forward through Reaper Rail's battles. He had a line, you give me when you CD, don't you won't try to play me. He had a death before dishonor line. Sounded out. TV drowned it out line was fire. He had a line where he was talking to the judges. If it goes over your head, and the bar goes over your head, then you pull it up your chest. You know, I'm paraphrasing, so it's not clean, but yeah, that was fire. And he had a ghost bar, um, a ghost bar that was pretty fire. So Danny with another dope round. Now this is where things picked up. Reaper Rail in the second round, he came back. He had a line where he said something about when Danny battled Snow and he was recycling, and he said something like, "If you so hard with the bars and wines, it seemed like everything is stepped on." He had lines about him that hasn't been dope since Rider Block. Um, um, Him jumping from Battle Crew, talked about his age, talked about his wife, everybody letting out Vicky's secrets, um, how he put his son on up, used his son as a battle bar. He had a Son of God bar that was fire. It was a close round. Reaper fought back, but I edged it to Danny. I edged it to Danny. Then Danny comes back in the third. He has a Final Destination line. He had a Passion of Christ Mel Gibson line. He had a Landline line. He had an Everlasting Light line. He had a Snyder cut line talking about how Justice League, uh, Zack Zack Snyder has his cut of the Justice League movie. Um, he had a Michael Caine line. I show up in every scene with a different bat. That was fire. Um, it was fire. But yeah, another dope round from Danny Myers. Then Reaper comes out. He's smoking. Uh, you think this is the first judge that this is the first time I was judged for 25. That was hard. The Nina line, the Buck out, Go Brady line, the 12 plus 12 and 9 line, the Hustle and Flow line, the American Idol line, the Twerk Tub line. Like he had some stuff, and it was another solid round for Reaper, but Danny got it. I got Danny winning, and all the judges had Danny winning 3-0. Second battle, we got Mr. Wavy versus Steams. Now, in my prediction, I had Wavy winning. So Wavy ends up going first. And in all my other predictions, of course, I had Danny winning and I had EK beating Gluezy. So in this one, Wavy goes first. And, Wavy is known for his performance and his projection. He's flawless in his performance and projection. He's not really known for he's not very bar heavy. He's not a punchline dude or metaphor scheme guy. He's more so like he acts his bars out and they make them sound better than what they are. But he has some stuff. He had a money line, he had a steamed vegetable line, a decibel line, a clean paper line, an affordable line. He had a Dwayne Wade line. He had, he referenced Steam's never, he's not as good without chest and all the gas. So he had a solid first round. His performance was on point, and it was dope. Steams, Steams he has some dope stuff, but it was just Steam's delivery just he needs to work on his delivery, and he had some a J Black shake your hand line, a scalper wave line, um, but most of to me this is my opinion, most of his round was kind of filler. It wasn't a lot of I wasn't really feeling too much of what he was saying, so I gave Wavy the y'all probably gonna kill me. All you people out there. Oh, y'all, you crazy, Chris? Steams was wild and he was doing this. He was look, not to me. I had Wavy. Wavy was winning off pure performance. Then we got the second round, and Wavy had a Brooklyn Air Garner choke because Steams, he's known for choking. You in Brooklyn, you known for choking. Not no Eric Gardner. Um, he had a he had a basketball scheme where he would be like break it down like, okay, this is first quarter. I'm doing this, that, and the third. Second quarter, boom, 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 boom. Third quarter, boom, boom, boom. Fourth quarter, and then some. And then in the fourth quarter, he did like a buzzer beater line that hit. It was fire. He had a Cake and Demand line, a Music Soul Child. He had a Will Smith, then a Bel Air. He had a cool little Bel Air line, and yeah, it was dope. So Wavy had a dope second. Steam's second round, he had a Morning Joe line. Um, basically, I guess Wavy was in the army, so he kept referencing him, Joe, and or maybe Wavy's name is Joe, so he had a lot of Joe flips. He had a butter line, a mine Rita, reference to Rita. He had a Uber pool line that was fire. Um, Steams had his second round was way better than his first round. His second round was way better than his, but I still had Wavy winning the second round. Wavy on the third round, he had a Washington Mutual line that was fire. He had a DMX Hot in Hell X gonna give it to you line. He had a Pound Cake No Icing line. He had a Stimulus Check line. He had a Fettuccine Thong Shuni the Rapper line. He had an Entanglement line. He had a Next Wave line. And then um, another solid third round. He had another solid third round. So Steams goes. He had a G.I. Joe line, a Spiritual Being line, a Crazy Legs line. He had a Joe Clark Lean on Me line. That was dope. Steams had he had a solid third round, but I had Wavy winning 3-0, and the judges did too. So Wavy moved on to the second round. The next battle on the card in the tournament was Bill Collector versus YK. And as we all know, YK was the replacement for B Magic for whatever reason. So yeah, that was the next battle on the tournament. So Bill Collector comes out first. He has a YK. He said something about Magic disappearing. Um, he had a thing where he pretty much told YK like things are different up here. Um, talk about how he may not be top tier, but he's hot. He's Mr. Hot tier. Um, I could pick up the phone and call Smack and pick a battler and type talk. He had a line where he said, "You're not. We never seen you young like Morgan Freeman" line. He had a R. Kelly line. He had a Stillborn line. He had a line where he basically said, "What's your name? Lost his spark." He had a no, like Gnome, you'll get taken out like Avocado, because you know the Avocado situation in Gnome where he wasn't behind the scenes. Um, so yeah, Bill had a dope round, fire round, came out swinging, had the charisma, had the Bill Collector, you know, pizzazz that we all like and love. So dope round by Bill Collector. So YK goes and he basically says he's the upgrade to be Magic. He had a Dine and Dash line. Um, he had an Entanglement line, a Jada Kiss. He had a because if y'all seen the blog where you know Rita, the judge from the last Ultimate Madness, she was talking because the whole situation with Anwar, and if you don't know, look it up. Um, she was talking to I think hip hop is real. She was talking knowledge to God, and B Magic was kind of behind her, and you know they was kind of he was kind of close up on her. So YK had a line said, "Butt cheeks slide against me like Slim Reader." He had a Catfish line. He had a Crossfire line. He had an Ozark. You know, Wash Bill like the Ozark, and then he had a Leave Red Bill like the Cut Notice Fire line. Solid round from YK. I actually edged it to YK. Second round, Bill Collector had basically talking about how nothing has changed by YK. His bars are still the same, bunch of punches, same flow. Said his stuff doesn't is spread out like JC's teeth. He had a put the Eagles down like McNabb line, a conjoined to the body, guns conjoined to the body line. He had a 6-9 shot to line. He had a take a stand scheme. Um, he had a solid second round. Actually, his second round he turned up more, gave us a little bit more, and I actually yes, so dope round by Bill Collector. YK came in the second round. He had a handle Bill line. He had a Spirit Flight line, a Panhandle line. He had a Hannibal Lecter, you Hannibal Burr, some Hannibal Lecter line. He had a racist cop line. Uh, dope, dope, dope second round by YK, but I actually edged it to Bill Collector. Third round, Bill Collector comes out talking about how YK let K Shine come to Chicago, knock out his homie, still battle him, still give him five. YK was shaking his head no, but that was pretty much the premise. He had a Lincoln Park heavy metal scheme that was fire. Um, Bill was cooking in the third round. He had a fire third round. YK goes. He had a Garnish Wazeman line. He had a give a tip, give a tip on Crime Stoppers line because you know how we see Ti on that commercial where he did a Crime Stoppers commercial, and then he had a we never see Bill on a Mastercard. That was a dope line. Dope line by dope round by YK. I personally, preference wise, I had YK winning 2-1. I gave him the third. But the judges gave Bill Collector the battle. They gave him the second and the third round. And yeah, so Bill Collector ended up moving on. But it was a cool battle. Now, here is what you call now everybody that I know had none losing to Loso. If you had none beating Loso, that means either A, you know none, or B, you just really are a super fan for none. Because I don't know anybody who thought none was going to beat Loso. So, none comes out. And let me tell you, none was not playing any games. He came out cooking. He had a conjuring line. He came out with the scheme of basically telling Loso, like, You saw me on Twitter going through some stuff, and instead of praying for me, you retweeted it and used it as you like you took it and probably used it. You're gonna use it as a battle angle. So basically, going at him like you ain't the Christian, like you supposed to be praying for me and helping me out, but you ain't doing that. But he had a dope Griselda bar. He had a bar none line. He had a Muslim line. He had a Pac in the casino line. He had a Dumb and Dumber that was fire line. He had a Four Horsemen line that was dope. Dope first round from None None. None None came out on fire. Loso, he had a thing where he walks around None like he don't see him, and he basically like smack. Are you serious? This is supposed to be my opponent. And he had a give me give me. I was asking for these plates, these top tier, and all you did was to give me none. Um, he had a Bubba Ray table, scheme. He had a runaway. He had a double play. He had a Hunger Games. He had a mumble rap. He had a running back line. He had a where he used his name and how to explain his name, and then plus his name is Lance Nunn, so it was fire. Conundrum, the Calico Lance line, the Chicken line, fire round by Loso. I actually edged him in the first round. This is where it gets interesting. None comes out in the second round. And he has a rebuttal for the Hunger Games. Said something about you talking Hunger Games, but you forgot I'm the fire captain. That was fire. The DJ Clue dropped like DJ Clue. I'm rolling with a bunch of Christians, but I'm a blue devil like Christian Leitner, or I got a shooter like Christian Leitner. I got a devil shooter like Christian Leitner. Fire. He had a bowling 17. I got two 17s that are split. That bowling line was fire. Seabiscuit, Kiki line. A clear water line was fire. Just none came out on. He turned up in that second round. Came back, fight. We also had a C none line. He had a bend back line, a Tour de France line, a Confederate flag line, um, an option line that was fire. But I gotta be real with you, man. I had none taking that second round. I think Loso didn't do enough. He left the door open. He didn't do enough. He was he. I think there's a such thing as being too comfortable, and I believe Loso started getting too comfortable. I think he thought he was gonna just swag his way into a win, or outclass his way to a win. But here comes the third round. Let me tell you something. None came out in this third round. He had a shoot, and then it comes out like double rims line that was fire. He had a beating himself line. Talking about the saga, choking on numb. So it's ironic that he's beating himself. He had a Jesus Christ line, a Audi Boom. Damn, Audi. He had a fuel tank line. None came out in the third round cooking again. So Loso, if he didn't come out cooking, he would have lost. He was gonna lose. So Loso comes out. He has a correct answer line, a dress line, a split ends, a Viking line, an Eventbrite line, a demon release line, a demon down line. Like he was talking about how, matter of fact, he was talking about how None didn't hold down Tink the Demon. So it was a cool round, but I hate to say it. Upset alert! Upset alert! None wins 2-1, man. I had none winning, and the judges did too. Matter of fact, no, it was split. It was actually split, and it went to the judges, and none ended winning 2-1. Fans had none winning, and yeah, Loso lost in the first round. So upset alert! Upset alert! Messed up everybody's bracket. Messed up mine. I had Loso winning. Go check out my prediction blog. Next battle, man, was Franchise versus Tink the Demon. Um, this battle, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This was the battle that I probably had least interest in. I just, it just didn't interest me at all. But you know, it was on the card. It was on the tournament. So I got to recap. So Franchise comes out first, and he had a second wave line, a verse tracker line, a stand up Ludacris, think you can stand up, an out of range line, a tie the knot, a devil's cry, stick the knife and bring out your inner devil. He had a Bar Simpson line. He had a Ja Rule line talking about the Ja Rule commercial. Solid round by Frank. What you expect from Franchise, that's what you got in this first round. Solid round. Tink had a Jerry Krause mess up the Franchise like Jerry Krause line, a bad Crampaw line, a change line, a Hunt different line, a curtain close line, Koch Records line. Tink had an okay round, slow, cooking. Really didn't have no haymakers. I gave the first round of Franchise. Second round, Franchise had you know, you don't have an iPhone, so it's crazy that even when you come out of prison, you still don't know how to FaceTime. AirPods line, a different tiers line, a Uzi. I'm gonna shoot you and give you the Uzi Twitch. He had a hit list line, a Tink. He had a Tink Tink, Cat Williams Tink Tink line, and he had a Passions of the Christ line. Solid round from Franchise, but that's what we expect. Um, Tink basically in the second round. This is when Tink started stepping up. He had a line where he basically said Franchise is twerk and I forgot the other person, but he said he was twerk. He was a combination of twerk and I want to say like Rum Nitty or something like that. And this is how Smack made Franchise. He said he like Hank McCoy. He's a beast. Playing with the metal like Magneto. Everything you touch, you steal like Rogue. You took Mike P's style and all his move lists. You bark, I howl. Finger roll like George Gervin, Recon. It was just fire round from Tink. Sorry, Tink the Demon. I gave Tink the second round. Third round, Franchise had a kitchen line. He had a Annabelle line that was fire. He had a Stone Cold line that was okay. Other than that, this was Franchise's lightest round. Tink had a Doctor Strange line. He had a Peyton Manning, Eli brother line. He had a Al. The only reason why people, you're even interested is because your accent. You don't have nothing else. You stole everything else. He had an organic line. An organic line. Yeah, a solid round from Tink. I thought it was enough to win the round. I had Tink winning the second and third round. And yeah, Tink ended up moving on to the second round. Next battle on the card was Holmesy the God and the Saga. Like I said in my prediction blog, if Saga loses this battle, this is going to be a stock dropper. We all know he choked at Gnome. So he needed to come back better than ever. So Holmesy comes out first. And Holmesy, just like None, came out swinging. Had the horse's mouth line, the High Horse line, the Salty line, the Beetlejuice line, the Weapons Formed Against Me line, the Perk Juice World line. Holmesy came out firing, comfortable, just barking on Saga. So, yes, Holmesy had a first round. Then we get Saga. Came out with a Sherlock Holmes line, a LeBron line. He was acting like he was stumbling, so and then he had like some type of lean on God, Holmesy the guy, lean on God. It was dope. He had a backsliding line, Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond line. Uh, Solid round from Saga, but I had Holmesy winning. So now Holmesy comes back in the second round. Basically says that Jesus or God is the biggest deadbeat because the biggest Jesus the biggest deadbeat or God is the biggest deadbeat because people are still waiting for him to come back and he hasn't came back yet. He had an NWX talking about of course what's the name being NWX. Um, how he shouldn't have fit in. He had you give with the whole jacking off thing, you get the different meaning of Jesus freak. He had a line where he basically said, you did a black power or Black Lives Matter type thing just to choke in front of police, which was fire. Basically talking about choking in front of Mike P, Mike Police. So another fire round from Holmesy the God. Another fire round. Then Saga had a home scheme where he basically was walking through homes, like basically breaking down homes, and it was a fire concept, but he kept stumbling. Even in the first round, he stumbled. He just kept stumbling. I think that the choking in Gnome has messed with Saga's head. I think it's messing with Saga's head, and I think this stage and the silence and everything, which is kind of crazy because he was on the rooftop and he was just fine. But I don't know. I don't know if it's the cameras and he's live on camera or whatever. I don't know what it is. But the Saga did not show up in this second round. He was just stumbling and it was just not a good look. So I had him winning. I had him losing the second round. Holmesy comes back with a cop scheme, talking about the cop in the in the round and in Saga's third round against Mike P. He had a Jesus lookalike round. He had a Heavens, the Hellhounds get a devil, the Hellhounds get to smelling the heaven scent, sock in the hand like Mankind. Solid round from Holmesy. Probably his lightest round. Then Saga comes in with the P get denied. Peter P denied, like Peter got denied by God. Tank basically talking about P the guy that one of the people that's behind the scenes. P basically saying P denied him to be on the big stages or whatever. He had a you're bipolar, so talk to me nice line. He had basically then he started talking to Holmesy like as if he was God. I've been praying to you and you ain't been fixing this. This is in your job. You shouldn't have did this if you couldn't fulfill the job description. So, though, cool third round. But upset. Yep, that's right. Saga lost 3-0 to Holmesy the God. Got his butt kicked from rounds 1 to 3. This is not a good look for Saga, man. Hopefully he can bounce back, but both horsemen lost on this tournament, so both of them got knocked out. So we go to the main event. Last battle of the first round of the tournament. Ryder versus Mike P. And like I told y'all in my blog, in my Ultimate Madness 2 prediction, Ryder was my mid-major. If you watch college basketball, you know what a mid-major is. It's a smaller school that they come out of nowhere and they beat a big team like Duke, North Carolina, and I had Ryder as my mid major. And Ryder did not disappoint. He came out in the first round smoking. He had the off the mic line, a shot line. He talked to Serb talking about 725. He had a Grape Street line. He had a meeting with God line. He had a midway line, a bright light line, a Michael Buffer line. Like fire first round from Ryder. Cooking. Fire round. Then Mike P comes out and says, I pretty much killed the saga. What's your story about? He had a powwow. He had a bring it around town SpongeBob line. He had an August line. He had a blue check line, like blue check when you get certified on or verified on Twitter or Instagram. Solid for first round for Mike P, but I had Ryder winning. I edged it to Ryder. This round, Ryder gets personal. He gets personal. Talked about sleeping with Mike P's girl. Basically, she loved me because she even put the silk on me. The no comment line. I had a shot more than Blanca. I had a white girl give me Mike like hustling, like just talking bad and reckless. Did the Hadouken, the Mike P street, but he did it like the way he did it was real creative. Man, it was the Ryder was smoking and cooking in this round. So then Mike P comes out. He had a Ghost Rider, line. He had a bitch out line. He had a dope progressive line. Mike P had a solid second round, but I had Ryder winning the second round clearly. I had him winning clearly. That's just me. So then we get to the third round, and Ryder comes out and basically says that you are a hypocrite. You bitch and moan about people talking about, personal stuff, but then you went personal with Danny when he battled Danny. He talked about Danny's wife, and he was like, "You don't want to put your life out there talking about you were going through depression instead of, talking about her. Why didn't you help her like you got your help?" So basically, just talking about that. I had a Dr. Lemus fire line. How you gonna talk about it? How you talk about somebody when you living in it? Had a Chia Clan line, a Motherland line. Yeah, he had a dope third round. Probably his lightest round, but it was still dope. Then we get to Mike P's third round. Mike P had a fire detergent line. He had a raisin on everything. White people I put raisin on everything. That was fire. He had locks, drag on, I lock and rough, like Rough Riders. Had an Otis Redding. The Manchester line was fire. The fans look cool line. Fire third round for Mike P. I actually edged him that round. So I had Ryder winning the first and the second, 2-1. The judges were split down the middle. Tony Bro and 40 Bars, because the judges was Tony Bro, 40 Bars, Method Man, and Iron Solomon. So Tony Bro and 40 Bars had Ryder winning. Method Man and Iron Solomon had Mike P winning. And before I get into this, man, listen. If they felt like, okay, it was a close battle. I'm not saying that it wasn't debatable. But, man, Method Man, come on, man. You gave Mike P the second round? Nah. Mike P did not win that second round. That was probably the clearest round of the battle. I had Ryder winning that second round. I had Ryder winning. The judges had it split down the middle, and then the fans, it was like 52% to 48%. They had Mike P winning. I didn't agree with it. I feel like Ryder should have won, but Mike P won. He's moving on to the second round. So The second round will be in 2 weeks. All of this is leading up to Summer Madness. Um, we got some couple fire battles next week too. We got Chilla Jones versus Jerry West. We got Rum Nitty versus who is Rum Nitty battling? Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Damn. I forgot who Rum Nitty, but Rum Nitty is battling next week. Oh, and they're doing rookies versus vets, but they're gonna do it different. They're gonna do it like a what's your name card. They're not gonna do like a card. They're gonna do like a season. So they're gonna be battles intertwined with the Ultimate Madness card. So probably so when the tournament's not going, they're gonna have a rookie versus vets. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, it's gonna be fire battles coming. Thank you for listening. There was some cool battles tonight. Couple stumbles and chokes, but for the most part, was a decent night for battle rap. The judges did pretty good. Um, I don't have any complaints. So yeah, the first round is in the books. Um, Second round will be in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening to my recap. Like I always tell y'all, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Chris underscore style 702. That's CRIS underscore style STYLE 702. And then on Instagram it's the same, but just add 82 at the 702. Thank y'all for listening. I'm gone.